chilly winters are expected in my neck of the woods, most of the winter is dry, with only a few days here and there where snow sticks to the ground. Having an ice storm mixed with snow and 10 days of below freezing temperatures is an unusual event. Knowing the storm was coming, I ordered some microspikes, and they arrived not a day too late. If there was one thing I didn't want to miss, it was the chance to see some familiar trails dressed in winter finery. I'm taking you with me today, so I encourage you to wrap yourself in a blanket and cling to a warm drink, because it's pretty cold out there. I'm out on a group hike, the first of as many as I can fit in this week. We're off to see a waterfall at the end of this trail. I was amazed to see how thick the ice was on some parts of the trail, sometimes inches deep. Fortunately, we all had spikes, so even the most slippery of ice was manageable. While a snowy hike is probably my top tier favorite thing to do on a winter weekend, my other favorite thing is, without a doubt, baking. It is very cold outside, and I can't think of anything that would make me feel more warm than baking my favorite loaf of bread and drinking a very hot cup of tea. And I've got candy cane peppermint in this tea right now. Yes, we're a little bit past Christmas, but I don't feel like the flavors ever really expire to me. Now about this bread, I made a loaf of it last month, and I wanted to make it again, but I've picked out a slightly different recipe. It's Irish wheaten bread. And I like it because it's a quick bread. You don't have to wait for it to rise. You just kind of toss all the ingredients together and put it in the oven, bake it, and it's ready to eat. I have been craving it since I made it the last time. So you get yourself cozy with your cup of tea, and we are going to bake some bread on this sunny winter afternoon. I'll link this recipe in the description, of course, but first I'm going to get my flavor ingredients together. This recipe calls for 1.5 cups of chopped apple. This recipe needs vegan buttermilk, so to make that, it's 2 tablespoons of lemon juice, and then 2 cups of whatever plant milk you want to use. I'm using oat milk. Then just let that lemon juice work on the oat milk, and it'll curdle and be similar to buttermilk. Need the zest of 1 orange. This is a Cara orange, which are my favorite. The recipe calls for raisins. I don't have any raisins, but I do have dates, and I think those are going to be an excellent substitution for this. They're going to be great for this bread. So I'm just going to pit these and chop them up. Need 1/2 cup of them. I have all of my flavor additions ready. Those dates are going to be so good in this bread. Now I'm going to make the flour blend. This recipe calls for 4 cups of whole wheat pastry flour, which I don't have, so I'm going to use 2 cups of white and 2 cups of whole wheat flour. Now goes in a tablespoon of baking powder, teaspoon of baking soda, teaspoon of salt, and just give that all a quick combine. I'm feeling very tempted to put cinnamon in this, and I think I'm going to. Teaspoon of cinnamon. Cinnamon seems like the perfect complement to apples, dates, and citrus. I think the lemon juice has done its job, so it's time to get everything mixed together now. Scrape it down. looks like a wonderful little dough ball there. Nice and semi-sticky. Now it's time for the add-ins. It's looking good. Since it's not incorporating all of the apple pieces, I'm just going to fold it a little bit on the cutting board. All right, I think that is combined about as well as I can get it to be combined. It's time to bake. That's why I love these Irish breads so much. It's just throw some ingredients together and you've got bread. Sprinkle some oats to make it pretty. As if it needs to be any prettier. 375 for 30 minutes. Still a little bit doughy. Maybe another 10 minutes. While I'm waiting for the bread, I finished my peppermint tea and made some hot water with the remaining lemon juice I had, and I cut up my orange, which looks like a grapefruit, but I assure you it is an orange. I was a little suspicious of the 30-minute time the original recipe gave. It was still mostly raw dough when I checked it at that time. The other favorite recipe I make that uses the same amount of flour as this recipe cuts the dough in half and you make 2 bread loaves. So this recipe probably could have used that treatment, but anyway, I think it turned out fine. It's a little bit crispy on the outer shell, which is just fine with me. I think crispiness for this kind of bread just adds to the experience of eating it. I did swipe one of the apples off the top. They're so good. They're so soft and sweet. The dates maybe went a little bit too far, but that's okay. They're still good. And there's only just a few dates that are on the surface. I know the ones that are inside the bread will be perfectly mushy. So I'm gonna let that cool for a few minutes and then we will slice into it and see how it looks. And the house smells so good right now. Smells a little reminiscent of apple pie. I think it has been a full 7 days maybe since this snowstorm came through. Anyway, the first, I think 3 days, I just stayed in the house. I didn't go anywhere. I had done my grocery shopping a couple days before. Now let me tell you, those 3 days, I didn't have any ongoing creative projects to work on. I had just finished my last video editing job. So finding myself with truly free time, I was going a little bit bonkers. It's kind of frustrating because I was feeling guilty that I wasn't starting on something new of my own, but yet I felt like everything I started had to be very good or very significant. Like I couldn't just sketch in a sketchbook page. I had to start a drawing project. And for any creatives out there, I'm sure you understand the feeling. It is very easy to want everything to become something important. And I think the true way to enjoy creativity is just to allow yourself to do something with no weight put on outcome. Back of the napkin kind of sketches. So I did finally kick myself into starting a little bit of a drawing project. It's something that I've wanted to do for years, and hopefully in the next vlog or two, you'll be able to see the final product of that. The snow hike came at just the right time, though. I just could not be in the house any longer, and that is really saying something for someone who loves to be home. It was so amazing. Oh my goodness, when everything freezes and you just have those columns of ice streaming down from the rocks and the cliff faces, it looks like this place is another planet. Water is truly an amazing element. Now, I knew this storm was coming, so what I did was about a week before, I ordered some micro spikes to wear on my hikes, and they have been an absolute game changer. It is like the whole winter hiking world has opened up to me now. I could not believe it. It was like my shoes were just Velcro to the ice. Now I just need to get something like chains for my Jeep tires, and I won't fear driving to these places anymore, because I was feeling very frustrated at first that I wanted to do all this beautiful winter photography, but it was just too dangerous to drive to the places I wanted to go. Originally, we were supposed to get a lot of light, fluffy snow, just very thick, but we ended up getting mostly ice and only a little bit of snow. I am incredibly grateful that I have not lost power this week or have had any significant problems caused by this weather. The house has stayed warm, no appliances have broken, the grocery stores have caught up with their food supplies, so hopefully everyone isn't panicking too much and they're just kind of shopping in their regular routine again. The roads are still pretty bad as far as just causing traffic to be very heavy and slow. All the ice is piled into the turning lanes, and neighborhood streets such as mine haven't had any treatment whatsoever. With the winter hiking, I really need to find a better solution for my hands. I'm used to hiking maybe around 40, 30 degree weather, and my gloves and hand warmers do just fine. I'd say down to 30 degrees, but beyond that, like the weather that I was out in this morning, which was 9 degrees, and the weather from the hiking, my hands, my fingers specifically, were very, very miserable. They were quite painful. My gloves are insulated and I put hand warmers in them, but I still need to find a better solution. I don't really have any extreme cold hiking gear either, like as far as a windbreaker jacket or fleece-lined leggings or anything like that. I just kind of have a lot of lighter layers that I pile on and ended up with like 4 layers on the Friday hike. But that was enough. My body, my legs, my arms were just fine. The hat kept my ears warm. Face got a little bit cold, but that's okay. I've just got to do something for my hands, my poor little fingers. All right, it has been a few minutes. I cannot wait any longer on that bread, so let's go give it a try. Okay, I am thinking I want to cut it in half and then cut a slice out of the middle. Please don't be all dough. It might be a little bit doughy, but I think I can manage it. I'm going to put butter and jam on half the slice and have the other half just plain. So I'm curious as to how it tastes without anything on it. Okay, this looks so good to me. Let's have a taste. I'm going to taste the plain slice first. See if we can get, try an edge that's got an apple in it. I don't see any dates. Well, there's a date in, okay. It's nice. I'm not really getting the orange very well, but the apples are, I think, an excellent addition. I have never come across a soda bread with apples in it, so maybe it's not so traditional. Unfortunately, just not as done as it really needs to be all the way through the middle. So for this recipe, definitely divide the dough in half and make 2 bread loaves for probably 45 minutes instead of 30 minutes. Let's try this piece with the strawberry jam on it. Yeah, definitely when I get a bite of date and apple, it is exceptionally good. I think this will make a great little like side toast to have with my tofu scramble. Which reminds me, I need to bake some tofu for dinner tonight. Well, Sage and I hope that you are baking up some absolutely delicious things during this winter storm. I am going to enjoy the rest of this bread and just settle into my evening. And I will see you again soon. Sage says bye. Well, Sage and I wish you the best baking adventures for this winter. And with that, I will cheers you with my little slice of bread, and I will see you again soon. Bye, friends.